This is the Soocoo S100 Pro. At $125 or Rs 8,000, it's not really that expensive. But at the same time, the camera comes with some really awesome features for its price point. Like a touchscreen on the back, great image stabilization, Wi-Fi, and even GPS logging. Some of these features are already there in rival action cameras, but then again, the Soocoo Pro does something special. Video start. And now it's recording. It has voice commands, much like the GoPro Hero 6 Black, which is probably going to be my next action camera. But if you're saying that you don't need so many features like voice command and GPS data logging but want the same image quality, then the brand hears you. They make two other variants of this camera, and as you drop the features, the prices go down as well. All of the three variants use the same Novatech 9660 processor with the Sony IMX117 sensor, so the image quality should be same across the range. And I've left links to all the three cameras in the video descriptions if you are interested to make a purchase. Banggood did send me this camera, but I'm not getting paid to make this review, so my opinion is unbiased. Now let's get started. The entry-level options within these three variants is the S100 standard variant. It's just Rs 6,000, and at that price I think it makes a lot of sense. But the main selling factor for me in any camera is the image quality. So let's analyze that for a while. The camera has a tendency to crush out or blacken out the shadows and expose the highlights well and correctly, which looks good in some shots and bad in others. In this scene, shot in the rain, the footage looks really dramatic right out of the camera, and with a little bit of color grading, we can make it look so much better. Indoor image quality is much more softer, but noise levels are controlled. Skin tones are natural and warm both indoor and outdoors, and I like that a lot. The camera where it really struggles is when it's going towards the sun and there are a lot of black shadowy areas in the image, as it tends to blacken out those parts. But then again, any brightly lit highlight areas are nicely exposed, so it's kind of a trade-off. At this price point, I would have to say that the image quality is sufficient, and if you're starting a YouTube channel, that this kind of an image quality is good. As you go along, you can buy better cameras. The accessories list is nice and long, and it really saves your budget as you don't have to buy extra mounts and accessories back. The camera has also the ability to do time lapses and burst photo mode. Let's look at some of the downsides. This camera doesn't shoot true 4K, it also doesn't get external mic support, so all of you motovloggers are gonna be a little bit disappointed. The claimed resolution for photos is 20 megapixel, but actually it is a 16 megapixel. Still, it is very good because the GoPro shoots at somewhere around 12 megapixels. 16 megapixels out of an action camera is decent. For slow motion mode, it does 120 FPS in 720p, and 1080 is limited to 60 FPS. It might be noted that some other action cameras out of China are capable of doing 1080 120 and 720 240 FPS, so the slow motion on this camera is a bit limited. But then again, those action cameras are a bit on the expensive side. Now comes to the question whether to buy this camera or not. I think if you're on a limited budget and want to get the base model, which is less than $100 or Rs 6,000, then absolutely go for it. If you have $120 and want true 4K, much better image quality, then get the T5V, which I've already reviewed. I have left links to that camera as well in the video description. The Eye also has external mic support but doesn't have a touchscreen, so that's again a trade-off. But Rahul, I want a touchscreen and external mic support. Okay, so if you're that kind of a buyer, check out the SG6 Legend, again another camera that I've reviewed, and I've left links for that in the video description as well. Remember, the SG6 Legend has external mic support and a touchscreen, but it doesn't get the true 4K. So it is kind of a trade-off. Buy the T5V if you want 4K and good slow motion capabilities with external mic support, or buy the SG6 Legend lose the 4K and the extreme slow motion rates, but you'd get a nice touchscreen which is easier to navigate and use. If you're buying the S100, I would ask you to buy the standard variant, which is only 6,000 rupees or about a $90 price point. I think in that price point, this does make a lot of sense. I hope you enjoyed this review, and as I've covered a lot of cameras, I gave you my true insight. It's not my objective to sell you just about any camera. I really care about you and I want you to buy the best camera in the budget that you already have. If you like this review, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon as well to get the notifications for my future videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.